Now on Coast TV News.
Bay Bridge Vote, the option that is getting a look at later today by the Maryland Transportation Authority Board for the infrastructure that connects the eastern shore to the western side of the Chesapeake Bay.
Plus, culinary graduates celebrated the hands-on experience that benefits participants and the Food Bank of Delaware.
A mild Thursday as clouds will be on the increase ahead of a red alert. For Friday morning, we're tracking rain and wind.
Sweet home Alabama.
3 flight to the end zone. Touchdown, Delaware.
The Blue Hens clinch a winning season with a victory in the Ventures Bowl.
This is Coast TV News Today.
We are in our 6 o'clock hour. Good morning, I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning, Matt. I'm Grace Eckerly. Today is Thursday, December 18th, 2025.
And we just saw it was a great night for the Delaware Blue Hens winning that bowl game to end their season.
I'm an honorary Delaware fan now. I feel like I have to be.
Blue and white and blue and yellow. There you go.
I like the transition.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe I need a new hat. Oh, I hope Santa brings one for Christmas. A Delaware Blue Hens hat.
As long as you've been nice on the list.
I don't know about that.
I know Chris has been nice. I don't think he has a nice forecast for us in the upcoming days. Maybe today's a little bit nicer. Let's check in with him now in the First Alert Weather Center. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Matt and Grace. Good morning, Delmarva. Actually, today, not all that bad. Kind of the calm before the storm, if you will, as we take a live look in through Cambridge, where the temperature is 28 degrees. So overall, not too bad as far as temperatures are concerned. Visibility good. We had some indications we could have some fog this morning late last night, but we're doing pretty good as far as visibility is concerned. Quite mild at the beaches. We're at 39 in Ocean City to 38 in Rehoboth, but chillier west of Coastal Highway, 26 in Georgetown to 26 in Harrington. Not much of a wind chill this morning. We have a southerly wind flow today. Winds are going to be pretty calm, but that's going to change as this strong cold front continues to push eastward. We're going to have clouds on the increase through the day today. Temperatures getting into the upper 50s to near 60. We have a red alert in play for Friday morning due in part to heavy rain and wind. I'll have the latest on how much rain we could expect to see coming up my full forecast.
Thank you, Chris. And our top story this hour is that no election is taking place in Ellendale this year. There were 3 spots that were up on the town council, and after Wednesday's candidate filing deadline passed, only 3 candidates were confirmed. Town officials say Lindsay Adams, Aaron Moore, and Tony Adomano will get appointed as council members for next year. According to the town, the new members are sworn in on January 6th of 2026.
Happening now, a rabies warning from the Delaware Division of Public Health. The agency says 2 rabid raccoons were found in Ellendale recently, and health officials are urging anyone in the area who believes they may have been bitten, scratched, or had contact with raccoon saliva since mid-November to now contact the Division of Public Health rabies program immediately. Yeah,
the division says these letters are going to people living in the affected area. We actually have a look at the area that we're talking about. This is near Reynolds Pond Road in Ellendale. And a reminder, if you do see a wild animal that appears sick or just is acting unusual, do not approach the animal. Instead, report it to DENREC. Later this morning, a graduation ceremony taking place to celebrate students who completed the Food Bank of Delaware's Culinary and Warehouse Logistics Training Program.
Coast TV News reporter Lisa Weber now live in Milford. And Lisa, the program helps to give students some hands-on work experience.
Good morning, Matt and Grace. Right now, I am in Milford in front of the Food Bank of Delaware building here. And inside this building later this morning, there's going to be a graduation ceremony celebrating students who completed the Culinary and Warehousing Logistics program. And the Food Bank of Delaware says that this training program offers students hands-on experience as well as certifications to help participants gain skills for careers in the culinary and logistics industry. The bank says this prepares adults for in-demand jobs in 2 of Delaware's fastest growing fields. Participants receive real-world training, industry certifications, and job placement support, along with wraparound services intended to help them succeed during and after the program. The 14-week culinary school is held in the Food Bank's Newark and Milford kitchens. Chef instructors teach basic and advanced kitchen skills. The 14-week Logic program, short for Logistics, Operations, General Warehousing, and Inventory Control, provides training in operating warehouse equipment such as forklifts, end riders, and pallet jacks. Students also can earn credentials including Certified Logistics Associate, Certified Logistics Technician, OSHA 30, and forklift certifications. And that graduation ceremony will take place this morning at 11 a.m. Back to you.
Elisa Weber in Milford. Turning down to Fenwick Island, and people driving there should expect traffic delays. This is due to a house move. According to town officials, on your screen you can see the areas that are impacted. The town says the house will travel from Glen Avenue through several local streets and then onto Coastal Highway and out of town. Roads that are affected include Glen Avenue, Madison Avenue, Bayside Drive, Mermaid Avenue, Surf Avenue, and West South Carolina Avenue to Coastal Highway. This move is scheduled to begin between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. It's expected to last about 1 hour.
High winds knocking down trees and power lines in western Montana on Wednesday. Some areas experiencing wind gusts of 70 to 80 miles per hour. That powerful wind toppled tree and power lines across the region, knocking out electricity to tens of thousands of people across the state.
Delaware's Department of Health and Social Services, along with DENREC, they're launching a new grant opportunity. This is to support awareness about PFAS, also known as forever chemicals, that can contaminate groundwater. Officials say people can join a virtual office hour at 10 a.m. or 6 p.m. to learn about the grant application. And DENREC says these office hours will run through January. Registration is required.
Happening today, a major decision could eventually reshape how drivers cross the Chesapeake Bay. The Maryland Transportation Authority Board is expected to vote today on a plan to replace the existing Bay Bridge spans with 2 new 4-lane bridges. The proposal would also widen Route 50 and could add bike and pedestrian paths. State officials say, if approved, construction would aim to begin in the summer of 2032.
Tonight in Ocean City, one local business is appealing a zoning determination. Here's what we're talking about. According to the agenda for the Board of Zoning Appeals, the Seacove Motel, they're seeking an appeal after the zoning administrator ruled legal nonconformity. Town documents state the claim that the motel converted 4 apartments into 13 rooms without permits. Developers with the motel say this is an error. The Ocean City Board of Zoning Appeals is meeting today at 6 p.m.
Looking across Delmarva, people in Berlin can learn about what the town says is an ongoing investigation into electric fuel rates and purchase power cost adjustment charges for the town's municipal electric system. Officials will hold a public hearing this afternoon. That is scheduled for 1 p.m. at the Maryland Public Service Commission.
Before President Trump addressed the nation Wednesday night, he was here on Delmarva. The president traveled to Dover Air Force Base for a dignified transfer honoring 2 National Guard members killed in an attack in Syria. The National Guard has identified the servicemen as Sergeant William Howard and Sergeant Edgar Torres Tovar. Now taking a live look at Washington, D.C. on this Thursday morning, and President Trump did speak to the nation last night. He did tout his administration's accomplishments. New overnight, the speech focused on the economy.
That as frustrations grow over the cost of living. NBC's Alice Barr shows us details from Washington on how the president made his case.
When I took office,
President Trump turning to a primetime address to talk up his year 1 accomplishments at a time when polls show a majority of Americans let down by the state of the economy and the cost of living.
I am bringing those high prices down and bringing them down very fast.
The president pinning the blame for persistently high prices on former President Biden, adamant that his policies are working and will bring more relief in the new year.
I inherited a mess, and I'm fixing it.
President Trump touted revenue from his global tariffs and announced he's directing some of it toward warrior dividend holiday bonuses for military service members.
In honor of our nation's founding in 1776, we are sending every soldier $1,776.
though it's Congress's job to decide how tariff revenues are spent. And as lawmakers struggle to reach agreement on bringing down health care costs, with Obamacare subsidies now set to expire in 2 weeks, sending premiums soaring, President Trump again pushed to send money directly to Americans' health savings accounts.
The money should go to the people.
The president also highlighting his immigration crackdown.
And we quickly turned it into the strongest border in the history of our country.
And saying his administration's targeting of alleged drug boats in the Caribbean has driven down dangerous drugs entering the U.S. He did not mention the potential for military conflict with Venezuela, amid mounting calls for transparency and questions from lawmakers in both parties about the campaign's ultimate goals. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Last night, Delaware's first FBS Bowl game produces its first ever FBS Bowl win. The Blue Hens defeat Louisiana 20-13 thanks in part to 116 yards rushing from Joe Silver, 61 on that first quarter touchdown run. The Hens finished the season at 7-6. We'll have more on this game later on CoastTV News Today.
Also new overnight, the winning numbers are in for Wednesday's $1.25 billion Powerball drawing. 25, 33, 53, 62, and 66. And Red Powerball 17. That jackpot is the second largest in the year and the sixth highest in the lottery game's history. The odds of winning Powerball's jackpot are 1 out of 292 million. And we're just getting started here on this hour of CoastTV News Today.
Yeah, coming up, first responder holiday reward, how one Delmarva business is giving back to local agencies.
Also, property owner rental regulations. We'll tell you what people in Lewis need to know about possible changes in the city.
But first, Boy Scout meets ballet. We'll tell you how a Milford High School student built holiday magic. It's this week's Coastal Connection, and CoastTV News Today returns after the break.
Dancers across Delaware are celebrating the magic of the Nutcracker, and that magic includes a new throne. But it's not built by a professional set designer. Instead, it's being built by an Eagle Scout candidate. As Drew Bellinger shows us, this Milford student with a little bit of wood, some paint, and a lot of heart has built a sweet seat fit for the magical land of sweets.
December marks rehearsal time for the Tada School of Dance, where the sound of shoes on stage means Christmas is coming. But this year's The Nutcracker performance at Lake Forest High School comes with a throne of holiday magic, built by Finn McPherson, a Boy Scout who saw a chance to give back.
Did what I can for the dance studio, and I get to see it every year, so I get to see the chair and everything. It's really awesome.
The throne debuted this month in the Nutcracker performance. McPherson's sister, Piper, was part of that performance.
I know that he always supports me, and that it's an honor to have it in the show.
Finn spent months designing and constructing what the team is calling the Sweet Seat. More than 150 volunteer hours went into it. Scouts, neighbors, and local businesses all pitching in.
It was kind of like a learning process to try and figure out how to get everybody working together and how everybody did their different jobs and stuff like that, but after a while figured it out and got it done. So.
Misty Yenser, the artistic director of Tada Performance Company, said the throne has helped bring the magic.
You know, having the scenery and the sets just pull the story together. It adds an element of magic.
While the stage is already set, there is still a lot of work to be done before the big performance. The performances here at Lake Forest High School wrapped up earlier this month, but the Sweet Seat will be a long-lasting present, serving as a nice reminder for what a little Christmas spirit can build. For Coastal Connections, I'm Drew Bellinger.
And we're hitting 6:19 on this Thursday morning, and if you're looking live right now at the early morning scene in Salisbury with that big storm on the way, this is a great time to make sure you have our Coast Alert weather app. I have it here. You get that hour-by-hour breakdown. Great tool to have, Chris. We're going to probably need it tomorrow.
Oh yes, we're going to have some impactful weather moving into the area as we go into especially tomorrow morning's commute. It's going to be pretty nasty with some heavy rain and wind across the area, but it's rain. It's not snow or ice. As we take a live look in through Laurel, 26 degrees right now, and temperatures are rather chilly west of Coastal Highway. We're at 29 in Milton, 26 Georgetown, 25 Salisbury, but we're at 38 in Bethany, 36 Rehoboth Beach. Wind won't be a factor today. That develops overnight. We have a wind advisory for the Sussex County coast, Lewis down through Fenwick Island. This kicks into effect after 1 a.m. tonight and then runs through early Saturday morning. We also have gale warnings up for the entire, both sides of the Delmarva Peninsula. We are under the influence of high pressure for now. That's retreating eastward, and you can see moisture beginning to develop, pulling in from the Gulf. We have a strong cold front still back off across portions of Iowa, Kansas, Nebraska, and that's going to be swinging through tomorrow. Highs today, calm before the storm, upper 50s to lower 60s. Clouds will be on the increase through the afternoon and into the evening ahead of that rain that will push into the midshore and eastern shores just after about 1 a.m. And that's widespread rain. Will be heavy at times through early tomorrow morning and will continue even with a few rumbles of thunder. Could even see a narrow squall line develop between about 7 and 10 a.m. tomorrow morning before we clear out in the afternoon. A quick moving system. I think we see sun by the afternoon, but the winds will continue to howl through most of the day. On an average of about 3/4 of an inch to over an inch of rain in some areas. I think average about an inch for most of the Delmarva Peninsula through at least late Friday morning. To start, we have southerly winds, so it's going to be a mild start to the day, gusting 40, 45 miles an hour. Going to be in the 60s in the morning. By the afternoon, we crash into the 40s with the west wind behind the front. Still, we're going to have gusts near 45 miles an hour Friday afternoon through Friday evening, and then the winds will be dying down as we go into Saturday morning. So we have that AM red alert. Temperatures 62 in the morning, crashing through the afternoon. We're at 45 into Saturday. Really nice weekend. Many last-minute preparations for Christmas. 54 into Sunday, and then we'll have a reinforcing shot of cold air into Monday with a high of 38 degrees. Matt.
Thank you, Chris. We do have an update to a story that we brought to you on Wednesday. The Lewis Planning Commission decided to leave residency requirements as they are for ADUs. The city was considering a change that bylaws that require the owner of the ADU to have permanent residence on the property, but now that is not going into effect.
Up next on CoastTV News Today, first responder holiday reward. We'll show you how many agencies Purdue says it was able to support during the holiday season. Don't go anywhere. Purdue Farms marked the holiday season by showing appreciation for first responders across Wicomico County. Associate volunteers distributed 1,000 chicken roasters to 16 agencies serving the county. The meals went to law enforcement, officers, firefighters, dispatchers, and support staff who continue working through the holiday season.
Rough week? You can cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from Coast TV with personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and more. Just sign up now for free at coasttv.com/sign up and get your weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox on Fridays.
Chilly, dry start to our Thursday morning. Hope your day is off to a fantastic start as we take a live look in through Cambridge. 29 degrees there. Sunshine to start through Ocean City, Fenwick Island. We'll get up into the upper 50s through the afternoon. Clouds will increase through the day today. Winds are going to be relatively calm. Those don't really ramp up until after midnight tonight, as does the rain. Lewis, we're at 53 by around noon. Rehoboth, 52 under partly cloudy skies. And there's the clouds rolling in by 4 o'clock through Cambridge and Crisfield, but a mild day as we await the rain and wind rolling in after midnight tonight. Congratulations to Diane Jonowitz of Georgetown, Delaware on winning an umbrella from Coast TV. And you can always call our Coast TV weather phone for your latest forecast. I'll have the latest on how much rain we could expect to see into Friday morning coming up in our next half hour.
Thank you, Chris. And after the break on CoastTV News Today, power rates reduced. We'll tell you why Delmarva Power says some households can expect lower bills in 2026.
Also, graduation for fast-growing fields, the preparations for a ceremony at the Milford Food Bank of Delaware.
Plus, no election in Ellendale. We'll tell you what took place Wednesday night that cancels this year's election in the town. CoastTV News Today returns after the break.
Now on Coast TV News.
Chesapeake crossing changes, what drivers could see in future years at the Bay Bridge.
Council seats set. How Ellendale's leadership was determined for the upcoming year.
Plus, Culinary Careers Launch, the program at the Food Bank of Delaware that sets students up for success.
A mild Thursday as clouds will be on the increase ahead of a red alert for Friday morning. We're tracking rain and wind.
This is Coast TV News Today.
December 18th, 2025. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Grace.
Good morning, Matt. I'm Grace Eckerly. Thank you for being up with us today.
Yeah, we're just hitting 6:29 right now on this Thursday morning. And well, since we are a week away, we've been chatting about holiday traditions during our breaks here.
Yes, and Matt, I learned something new about you.
Kabasi. I don't even know if I said that's the way I pronounce it all my
growing up
30 plus years of life.
I was telling Matt about our German Christmas tree. My grandfather hides a pickle ornament every year on the tree, and I get very competitive to try and find it first.
I hear you're undefeated in the pickle finding contest.
Hey, fingers crossed. Wish me luck this year. During now to First Alert Meteorologist Chris Mastroboto. Chris, we already talked about some of your favorite traditions, and we're waiting for these cookies to come across our desk.
Oh yeah, I'll have them for you probably next week. I'll have a fresh batch of those chocolate crinkles ready for you as we take a live look in through Salisbury. Dry, chilly start to our day. We're at 25. Visibility pretty good. You know, there were some indications last night we could be dealing with some fog this morning, but that isn't the case. That is well up north of Delmarva. We're at 37 in Rehoboth, 28 in Milton. We're at 27 in Bridgeville. Winds calm for now, but the winds are really going to steal the show as we go into the overnight through Friday. Clear and dry right now. High pressure building off to our south, and we are tracking this strong cold front back off to the west, and all of this is going to make a beeline towards the Delmarva Peninsula, and that arrives after midnight tonight. So we stay dry. Clouds will be increasing. We have that red alert for Friday morning due in part for heavy rain and strong gusty winds. Can't even rule out a rogue thunderstorm as we go into tomorrow morning as well. And yes, hold on to your hats because we're going to be dealing with wind gusts as high as 50 miles an hour through the day tomorrow. So enjoy the sunshine to start. Clouds will increase through the afternoon as we top out in the upper 50s. I'll have more on the rain and wind rolling in tonight coming up my full 7-day forecast.
Thank you, Chris. And our top story this half hour is that no election is taking place in Ellendale this year. There were 3 spots open on town council, and after Wednesday's candidate filing deadline, only 3 candidates were confirmed. Town officials say Lindsay Adams, Aaron Moore, and Tony Ottomano are appointed as council members next year. According to the town, the new members get sworn in on January 6th of 2026.
Later this morning, graduation ceremony will be underway to celebrate students who completed the Food Bank of Delaware's Culinary and Warehousing Logistics Training Program.
Yeah, our Lisa Weber is live in Milford. This is a program that helps give students hands-on work experience. Good morning, Elisa.
Good morning, Matt and Grace. Right now, I'm at the Food Bank of Delaware here in Milford. We're inside that building. Later this morning, there's going to be a graduation ceremony to honor students who completed the Culinary and Warehousing Logistics program. The Food Bank says that this training program offers students hands-on experience as well as certifications to help participants gain skills for careers in the culinary and logistics industry. The Food Bank says this prepares adults for in-demand jobs in 2 of Delaware's fastest-growing fields. Participants receive real-world training, industry certifications, and job placement support, along with wraparound services intended to help them succeed during and after the program. The 14-week culinary school is held in the Food Bank's Newark and Milford kitchens, where chef instructors teach basic and advanced kitchen skills. The 14-week Logic program, short for Logistics, Operations, General Warehousing, and Industry Control, provides training in operation warehouse equipment such as forklifts, end riders, and pallet jacks. We spoke with graduates of the program back in 2024 who said completing this program was an accomplishment they were extremely proud of.
That's how I feel, accomplished, that I didn't give up on myself, and that, you know, I didn't let anything take me away from what I was supposed to be focused on.
And that ceremony will take place later this morning at 11 a.m. Back to you.
Lisa Weber live in Milford. This just in, Delmarva Power says customers will see a change in natural gas delivery rates that starts in just a few weeks. It starts January 1st, 2026. Officials say an approved settlement allows the company to fund upgrades to its natural gas system. Delmarva Power says the upgrades have already led to a 22% drop in gas leaks and nearly a 48% reduction in service interruptions. And the company says it's expanding relief programs and local partnerships to help customers facing higher energy costs.
Happening today, expect traffic delays in Fenwick Island due to a house move. That's according to town officials. On your screen, you can see the areas being impacted. The town says the house will travel from Glen Avenue through several local streets, then onto Coastal Highway and out of town. That move is scheduled to begin at 11 a.m. and to between 11 and 2, and it's expected to last about 1 hour.
Across Delmarva, a big decision could eventually reshape how drivers cross the Chesapeake Bay. The Maryland Transportation Authority Board is expected to vote today on a plan to replace the existing Bay Bridge spans with 2 new 4-lane bridges. The proposal would also widen Route 50, and that could add a bike path and a pedestrian path. State officials say if approved, construction, they're looking to begin that in the summer of 2032.
Delaware's Department of Health and Social Services and DENREC are launching a new grant opportunity to support awareness about PFAS, also known as forever chemicals, that can contaminate groundwater. Officials say people can join a virtual office hour at 10 a.m. or 6 p.m. to learn about the grant application. And DENREC says these office hours will run through January and registration is required. We are now taking a live look at Washington, D.C. this morning as President Donald Trump's primetime speech looked back on the last 12 months instead of making resolutions for the new year.
Yeah, this just in. For the most part, the president did not give specific plans for 2026.
And as Amy's Kylie shows us, instead it reviews the big events of 2025.
We have brought more positive change to Washington than any administration in American history.
President Donald Trump addressed the nation last night and touted what he considers his accomplishments this year.
Instead of, I feel your pain, I understand that things hurt, but here's what I'm doing to try to make it better, give me some time. This message was, I'm awesome, don't you see how awesome I am?
He repeatedly blamed his predecessor and Democrats for the country's woes, despite Republicans controlling the government.
It is not the Republicans' fault, it's the Democrats' fault.
Trump announced holiday bonuses for members of the military. He addressed affordability concerns by claiming prices were down. Consumer Price Index reports have shown a recent increase.
Prices have not, in fact, fallen according to the broadest measure of the inflation rate.
Trump also spoke about health care, as average Obamacare premiums are set to more than double. He reiterated an idea that does not extend related subsidies.
The money should go to the people, that's you, so they can buy their own health insurance.
The president closed by expressing his hopes for the new year.
When the world looks at us next year, let them see a nation that is loyal to its citizens, faithful to its workers, confident to its identity, certain to its destiny, and the envy of the entire globe.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Man, we've got a lot more news to get to in this final half hour. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up, airline takes on trend. We'll show you how Southwest is using a popular joke to bring a new deal to customers.
Yeah, I see what they did there. Also, we got bowl game nail biter. Delaware looked like this was going to run away with a bowl game victory, but it did come down in the final moments, and that's when a local product got involved.
And bringing back Beach Slam. We'll tell you how Beach Slam is filling a void left by a previous Sussex County competition that's on hiatus. Stay with us for CoastTV News Today. But before, it's time to showcase how you're decorating your homes this holiday season. Today's Hollywood House is coming in from Kathy in Newark. And Kathy went with a beautiful blue and white decoration
You know
theme.
I love those colors, Grace.
Matt, it's not. I don't think it's Pensy this time.
Okay.
I don't think it's Pensy. But it's beautiful and classy. Kathy, this is a beautiful setup you got going on.
I do love the picture, whether it's Penn State themed or not. And if you would like your festive decorations to be shared in our broadcast, take a look at your screen. You can send in your pictures by heading to our website, coasttv.com/holidayhouse.
Good Thursday morning, Delmarva. We had quite a cold start to the month of December. Through the first 16 days, we've had an average temperature of 33.3 degrees, marking the coldest start to the month of December in 36 years. And the winter hasn't even begun yet. We're going to issue in winter on Sunday morning. We are at 26 in Laurel, so we are chilly west of Coastal Highway, 27 Millsboro, 38 in Bethany Beach. Winds are calm, and really they're going to stay pretty calm through the day today. It's really not until after midnight they're really going to begin to ramp up as rain moves into the area as that cold front pushes into the region on Friday. So we're looking at really the calm before the storm today. Sunshine to start, clouds on the increase through the afternoon and through the evening as we top out in the upper 50s. I'll have more on the rain and those high winds for our Friday coming up a little bit later on.
Thank you, Chris. Holiday High School basketball is returning to Lewis at the end of the month. The Cape Henlopen Basketball Booster Club is sponsoring the Beach Slam tournament. Last year was the inaugural event that is attempting to fill the void of the popular beach slam dunk to the beach. This is video from 2018 slam dunk. This is March of 2024. That's when the Delaware Sports Commission, which organized that event, announced the tournament was going on hiatus. The newer version is focused more on local and regional teams, and that tournament beginning on December 6, 26.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Delaware didn't just play in its first FBS bowl game last night. The Fightin' Blue Hens went out and won the 68 Ventures Bowl. Here's how they did it. It's Delaware versus Louisiana, two 6-6 teams. After a largely quiet first quarter, Delaware jumped out to a lead thanks to a 61-yard rushing touchdown by Joe Silver. After a field goal apiece from each team, the Hens got the ball back, and Nick Minicucci airs it out to Sean Wilson. Touchdown, Delaware. The Blue Hens are rolling. But the Ragin' Cajuns ended up pulling within a touchdown, had a chance to tie it up late. Last play of the game, it all comes down to this incomplete pass. No time in the pocket, and it was thanks to a Delmarva native coming off the edge, providing pressure. That's Woodbridge alum Noah Matthews, number 13 on the right side. Congrats, Hens. That'll do it for sports. Have a great day.
And coming up tonight on DSN at 5:30, we have live high school girls basketball when Kate visits Decatur. Then you can catch the final score at 10:30. You can watch that basketball game on DSN Plus along with these exclusives. We've got a big night of boys basketball here. 5:15, Seaford faces St. George's. 5:30, North Carolina visits Easton, and Woodbridge hosts Appoquinimink.
Week 16 of the NFL season, and here's what's coming up on Sunday night football right here on CoastTV. Coverage beginning at 7 p.m. when the Ravens take on the New England Patriots. Then stay tuned for CoastTV News. That's right after the game. And Hollywood's biggest awards night will be watched in a very different way in the future. Douglas Hyde explains in today's Hollywood Minute.
And the award for most surprising move in Hollywood goes to the Oscars. YouTube just struck a stunning multi-year deal with the Motion Picture Academy to carry the ceremony. YouTube will take over the rights from ABC beginning in 2029. The Academy said the new partnership will allow them to expand the global reach of the Oscars.
I guess I'll come back next week and say goodbye.
I'm sure they'd appreciate that.
Buck Rogers star Gil Gerard has died of cancer at the age of 82. The actor was most famous for playing the sci-fi hero on TV from 1979 to 1981. Before he died, Gerard left a goodbye message for fans, which said in part, "Don't waste your time on anything that doesn't thrill you or bring you love. See you out somewhere in the cosmos."
Good morning, Krusty Crew, or should I say, are you ready, kids?
SpongeBob SquarePants has cemented his legacy. The beloved animated character put his hands and feet in the concrete forecourt of Hollywood's famed Chinese theater. The voice of SpongeBob, Tom Kenny, was there as well to soak up the glory. In Hollywood, I'm Douglas Hyde.
And here's what you can look forward to this afternoon on Coast Life at 4.
Hope you're having a fantastic day so far here along coastal Delmarva. And if you join us today at 4 o'clock on Coast Life, here's what's going to be coming at you. As those temperatures drop, we do want to keep our unhoused neighbors in mind. We're going to see what Love Inc. and Code Purple are up to and how you can get involved. Also, if you're a big fan of Motown music, you don't want to miss the upcoming tribute happening in Rehoboth Beach. And we've also got our Spill the Tea. It's Thursday. We're not forgetting to sprinkle a little drama your way. We're talking Am I Wrong for Setting a Limit for the Christmas special day event, gift giving? But we want to get your answer to that too. All of that and more is happening today at 4 on Coast Life. We'll see you then.
Well, the warming trend continues, and clouds will be on the increase through the afternoon ahead of rain and wind, and that rain will be heavy at times as we go into Friday morning. I'll have the latest on how much rain we can expect to see and how high those winds will whip into Friday coming up.
And the time is now 6:47 a.m. as we're taking a live look outside. Laurel,
yeah.
Chris,
Oh, yeah.
we got
Look
a
at that.
very nice sunrise reveal of the day today. It's looking beautiful, and I don't think there will be much of one tomorrow with the rain you're forecasting.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, we're going to have some pretty eventful weather roll into the peninsula this time tomorrow morning. And so enjoy the weather today. We're really nice out there. Not that bad of a start. Temperatures pretty chilly away from the coast, 25 degrees. Not seeing much in the way of a wind chill out there, but it's been a mild morning along the beaches. We're at 27 Long Neck, 26 in Milford. Now the winds are going to stay calm at least through the morning, and then they're really going to ramp up after midnight tonight. That's when this wind advisory kicks into effect and encompasses all of the Delaware beaches, and this goes into effect after 1 a.m. through 1 a.m. on Saturday. And then we have gale warnings up for the Chesapeake as well as the Atlantic coastal waters through early Saturday morning. So clouds will be increasing through the afternoon today as high pressure pushes offshore. You can see moisture beginning to gather, pulling it in from the Gulf. We have a strong cold front back off to the west. That's going to be swinging through our area come tomorrow. Until then, we enjoy mild temperatures, 56 in Seaford to 58 in Georgetown. We'll see a high of 56 in Cambridge to 60 in Salisbury, 58 in Ocean City. So there's those clouds increasing. We should stay dry through the evening. After midnight, we see that rain roll in, steady rain. That rain will be heavy at times through the mid-shore down through Chicotee by around 2 a.m. And then by 4:30, it's pretty much raining everywhere. And then you could see that rain will be heavy at times as the wind continues to pick up, and even a rumble of thunder possible. We could see a narrow squall line potentially develop after that initial wave of rain by between about 8 and 11 a.m. Then we'll clear out, expecting some sun by the afternoon, but the winds are going to continue to howl. Rainfall on the order of 3/4 of an inch to an inch to slightly over an inch in some localized areas, but this is going to be a quick moving system, so not expecting any major flooding concerns. Southerly winds to start, a mild start to our day. It's going to feel very mild in the morning, but by the afternoon, it's still rather blustery, but those temperatures are going to tank with those gusts upwards of 45 miles an hour out of the west. Now we have the red alert in play for Friday morning, due in part to the heavy rain and wind. Temperatures crash through the afternoon. Rain and wind out of here just in time for the weekend. 45 on Saturday, 54 Sunday, and then we're back to 38 on Monday. Grace.
Thank you, Chris. Now, an annual survey finding a record 158.9 million people are expected to shop on the Saturday before Christmas. They call it Super Saturday. That number is up more than 1 million from last year and beats the previous record set in 2022. Nearly half of the people plan to shop both online and in stores, and the survey also finds 70% of people plan to shop the week immediately after Christmas.
Southwest is jumping up on the 6-7 trend, Grace. The airline is offering $67 flights for basic economy tickets, calling it the trendiest sale ever. The deal applies to Tuesday and Wednesday domestic flights between January 6th and March 4th for some destinations, and tickets have to be purchased by today, December 18th. And I got to look at my PTO. Do I have any time left for that winter? We continue to receive your cards and donations for our Bless Our Children campaign. We are raising money to ensure that every child on Delmarva has that special present to open during this Christmas time of the year. Our latest card is this one here. This is a great scene. You have Santa in the sky, and also look at that dog and cat watching Santa on this winter night. And this card was sent to us by Jim and Peg from Milton, and they write, "Wishing you all a blessed Christmas and a happy new year." Thank you, Jim and Peg, for this card. Businesses can help by accepting the Shell Brothers Challenge of donating at least $1,000. And if you want to help, send a donation and a holiday card. We may just read it on the air. Send a check or money order to the address on your screen or donate online at blessourchildren.org.
We have already raised over $325,000 to help children and families this holiday season. And again, we would like to thank all who have donated. And Time is now 6:52 a.m. Matt, it's time to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
We have our good friend Benny on your screen, and you can see he's sitting in his favorite spot. He's waiting for Santa. Benny was submitted to us by Tammy in Seaford.
He looks very regal, Matt, very royal in his red chair over there by the fire. And we want to see more of your pets on Delmarva. You can send us photos, tell us what makes them so special. If you take a look at your screen now.
Yeah, scan that QR code, top center, get your friends to us. Then you can watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
It is 6:55 a.m. and it's time for things you need to know before you go. No election in Ellendale. There were 3 spots open on town council. After Wednesday's candidate filing deadline, only 3 candidates were confirmed. Town officials say Lindsay Adams, Aaron Moore, and Tony Ottomano will be appointed as council members for 2026. And according to the town, the members will be sworn in on January 6, 2026.
Delmarva Power says customers will see a change in natural gas delivery rates starting January 1st, 2026. Officials say an approved settlement allows the company to fund upgrades to its natural gas system. And Delmarva Power says these upgrades have already led to a 22% drop in gas leaks and a nearly 48% reduction in service interruptions. The company also says it's expanding relief programs and local partnerships to help customers facing higher energy costs.
And a big decision could eventually reshape how drivers will cross the Chesapeake Bay. Today, the Maryland Transportation Authority Board is expected to vote on a plan to replace the existing Bay Bridge spans with 2 new 4-lane bridges. The proposal would also widen Route 50 and could add bike and pedestrian paths. State officials say, if approved, construction would aim to begin in summer of 2032.
All right, here we go. Wind is the story for the first part of the day, but a little calmer today than what we're expecting tomorrow, Chris.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the rain and the wind are going to be rolling in, especially after midnight tonight, so enjoy the day today. We start off from the 20s and 30s, rising to near 60 degrees this afternoon. The clouds will increase through the afternoon into the evening ahead of that rain and wind. We have an AM red alert for Friday. That rain will be heavy at times, could even have a rumble of thunder through Friday morning. The rain will taper off by the afternoon. Temperatures will crash from the 60s in the morning into the 40s through the afternoon. We could have wind gusts as high as 40 to 50 miles an hour. Clears out in time for the weekend. We're at 45 on Saturday, 54 into Sunday, and then we'll have a reinforcing shot of cold air come in Monday, 38, and then we could see a shower late Tuesday night into at least the first part of Christmas Eve. Right now, Christmas itself looking dry and slightly on the mild side with temperatures around 50 degrees.
Thank you, Chris, and thank you at home for joining us for Coast TV News Today.
And the Today Show is coming up next at 7 a.m.
Then we'll be back for Coast TV News midday at 11.
And for even more news and coverage you can count on, download our Coast TV News and weather apps. Have a great Thursday morning, everybody.